Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Wade Smith, and if I look like I just woke up, it's because I just woke up. It's about 1 a.m. in the morning and I can't sleep. Anyway, this video is about abortion and the Roe versus Wade ruling, the unconstitutional Roe versus Wade ruling, and the constitutional and correct overthrowing of the Roe versus Wade ruling. Not that I actually honestly care what the Constitution says, because the Declaration of Independence already makes it clear that an unborn child is a created being by the Creator and has its right to life from the Creator, not from the woman, and sure as hell not from the Supreme Court or the Constitution. The author of the Declaration of Independence said that the right to life comes from the Creator, not from the mother, not from the father, and not from a human legislature. All right. So the Roe versus Wade ruling redefining an unborn child as not being a life form was an unconstitutional and treasonous ruling of the original Supreme Court involved in the Roe versus Wade ruling, and those people should have been impeached and put on trial for crimes against humanity. But now we've got women who want to impeach the sitting Supreme Court that just overturned Roe versus Wade ruling finally, and they want to put them on trial and execute them because they banned abortion. Before the original Roe versus Wade ruling, just a few years before that, they had the Nuremberg trials, and the number one thing that they actually prosecuted the Nazis for was infanticide, abortion. And that's what they actually found the Nazis guilty of and had the Nazis put to death. So then fast forward to the Roe versus Wade ruling, not even a full generation later, the new court, which, by the way, if you don't believe that judges can be and are evil, read the book of Judges in the Bible and read the Bible. All right? Because it tells you that there is such a thing as an evil judge, and that even some of the judges of Israel were evil. So your elected and appointed judges in the United States can be evil, and in the case of the Roe versus Wade ruling, I think 7 evil judges made the decision that an unborn baby wasn't a life form and could just be slaughtered. They should have been impeached, and they should have been executed for crimes against humanity. That's where the United States really went wrong, is that the evil judges should have simply been impeached and replaced and executed for crimes against humanity under the same pretext of law as the Nuremberg trials against the Nazis in Germany. So since Roe versus Wade, we've had over 100 million legal abortions in the United States. And you can't make me believe that there are 100 million cases of women's lives being in jeopardy by the pregnancy, or that there were 100 million cases of children being horribly deformed that somehow were unviable to be aborted. So, and then for anyone who's ever read Jonathan Swift's A Modest Proposal, where he was, satirically suggesting that we should sell children for profit and to eat and consume, they take the unborn baby's remains and sell it to medical labs for experimentation and profit. And doctors hypocritically take an oath to do no harm, but then the first thing they do is turn around and perform abortions. I mean, if you perform an abortion, you should not only lose your license to practice medicine of any kind, but you should in fact go to prison, and you should in fact go to death row and be put on trial for capital murder, because that's what it is. It's capital murder. And again, there are very few exceptions that I would make for that, including the most horrible imaginable type of deformity of the unborn child, or at a bare minimum to save the life of the mother. Because it is not a human right of the woman to murder the child just because she's too evil and lazy to raise a child. Where does it say that in the Constitution, by the way, that a woman has a right to an abortion of any kind, much less a frivolous abortion just because she didn't want the child? But the Democrats in the United States have gotten to where they are, well, they're controlled by atheists, first of all. About three-quarters of the Democrat Party is atheists and pagans now. And they're controlled by the atheists, and atheists have no moral compass. Atheists don't hold themselves to any kind of moral standard, and because they don't believe in God or the authority of God, they have no moral compass. They don't believe in such a thing as an absolute goodness or an absolute evil, so they think goodness and evil are a matter of popular vote, or just do whatever the heck you want to do. That's what atheism is. It's really a shame. It's really a shame the sheer number of people who are going to bust hell wide open for the crimes they have committed, whether or not the man-made government ever does anything against or about those crimes. There is a supreme judge of the world as the Declaration of Independence states, and that is God Almighty. And I can tell you there are going to be just as many, if not more, women in hell than there will be men, because abortion is murder, whether or not you will admit that. Abortion is murder, and I see no sacrifice for murder in the Bible. There is no sacrifice or forgiveness for murder in the Bible, and so that means you're going. And in fact, it even tells you that in the New Testament, in the book of Galatians, that if you commit murder among about 20 something other capital crimes, that you, quote, shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven, that you will go to hell regardless of what you claim to believe. So don't fool yourself, abortionist women. You're going straight to hell when you die, regardless of what the man made law of the United States of America says. You're going straight to hell. And you will never, ever, under any circumstances, ever come out of there.